Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Repent or Die podcast. It's your host, your boy Jones, coming to you with this news. Gotta give all praise and glory to the Most High, first and foremost. His name is Ahaya Ahaya, only man given to the children of Israel. But today it's a very interesting topic I want to talk about as we conclude the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King. Let me say, may the Most High have mercy on your soul. We appreciate everything that you've done, but your dream has turned into a nightmare. And you yourself even know that. You knew that. Martin said, this is quote by quote, "I fear I have integrated my people into a burning house." That was one of the last speeches and quotes Martin had said before he was sadly executed by the enemy. Brothers and sisters, what you guys don't understand is a lot of these things, the civil rights and Rosa Parks and the marching and all of these stuff, a lot of these things was funded by the same people that want us dead. Y'all don't know that. A lot of y'all don't know, especially you young bucks, that I Have a Dream speech, it wasn't written by Martin. It was written by a gay guy, a gay white guy, I forgot his name. But it's not important. You could do your research and you'll find all that information. But what I basically want to touch bases on is the fact that Martin knew that integrating our people with the other nations was bad for us. And as you can see in 2021, it's still bad for us. We no longer have control of our communities. We no longer are together. We no longer have a foundation of understanding. You know why? Because this integration, interacting with these other nations, you start picking it up on their patterns. You start picking it up on their beliefs, ideology, whatever you wanna think of. We have taken majority of the stuff from these other nations. And in the same time, the things that we have created, they have also taken and patented and made it perceive like it was them that created. They become the handlers of our creation. Prime example, look at hip hop. Hip hop is a quote unquote people of color organization. We created that in the Bronx, in the projects, in the gutter, in the streets, when we wasn't allowed access into the city to mingle with these brothers. We created our own. You understand? And you fast forward to today, we don't have absolutely no control on no distribution, no publishing. They buying all the rights to our music and literally giving us crump change for our publishing. And that's a fact. And I say these things because a lot of us don't understand where we at right now in this particular time, especially here in 2021. We no longer have our own hospitals, our own doctors. We are being treated by the same people that literally just 60 to 70 years ago, come from a family or a household of individuals that were sicking dogs on children, spraying us with water. And we did all of this marching, all of this protesting, just so we can be allowed to drink out of the same fountain as these individuals, being able to sit in the same place as these individuals. That's what they were selling us. But we forgetting that we was at our best when we was separated. Our education was better. Our stores, our business, our communities, everything was just better. Our churches, it was just better. Now we fast forward to today, everything is just bad for us. We have no control over nothing. Even now, right here in New York City, the so-called inner cities is literally being configured into sky rises, prices, apartments that's having prices that we as people with the line of work that we have access to can't afford to live in these places. Now this integration is bringing these people, they're bringing in their money, they're bringing in their family, they're bringing in their people. Where does that leave us? So can we honestly say that there's I'm about to say Malcolm X, there's Martin Luther King's speech of I have a dream has really been, I have a nightmare. This is a nightmare. And brothers and sisters, is not, some of y'all is not going to agree. Some of y'all is going to want to, defend what Martin did. And listen, I'm not holding nothing against the brother. I appreciate it. But what I'm saying is the coming together and uniting and delivering this speech that wasn't written by you. It lets me know that these people has an agenda to destroy a village, to destroy a community, to destroy a nation. You got to do it within. How do you do it within? When now these individuals not only are within, they're mingling with our family. They breeding children that has that understanding, that mentality, that European mentality. And it's spreading all through our community. Now in 2021, the wildfire is so high, we can't even take it out. We can't put no water on that joint. You understand? I'm saying these things, brothers and sisters, because we need to understand that one of our biggest downfall was the integration. There is nothing wrong with segregation. No disrespect, but there is nothing wrong with segregation. Me and a Caucasian, we cannot relate in no shape or form. From the minute I was born to the minute they was born, we literally had two different doors, two different paths, two different experiences. And the only people that's going to be able to relate to me is the people that look like me. And integrating, you understand, let me give you guys a prime example. When it comes to talking about slavery, those that integrate with us, they're known for saying, yeah, slavery was bad. It was a horrible thing. But Martin Luther King did this. He had a great speech and he brought us together. And you guys, y'all should just forget about slavery. But then when you look up the news and when you look at the system structure and how the system is designed, it's designed for us to keep us as slaves. But when we speak about it, we're considered, extremists or hate group or somebody that's heartless, and they can't see the bigger picture. These are all of the things that we're being told all the time. Anytime we stand up for black, we get these type of pushbacks. But then when they talking about Jewish people and the Holocaust and all of this extra, curriculums, it's always spoon-fed to us, and never forget. We should never forget that. But yet, the things that affected us as a people, as a nation, They want us to put it in the back burner. I just don't understand that. But you know why? It's because their integration with us, like I said, they're able to attack within. You understand? When it was the KKK and their people they're together, we can see, and we already know we're not gonna stand with that. We already knew we're not gonna operate in that type of sense. We better all being together. I'm saying as far as our nation, we rather stick together on our own than having to deal with this nonsense. And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people of color didn't agree with what Martin was doing. They didn't agree. Even the people that you seen was protesting and marching and all that, they fabricate everything. It wasn't thousands of us. Now, listen, granted, it was a lot of us at the I Have a Dream speech, but it wasn't thousands of us that was marching when he was marching. Like I said, a lot of people of color felt that it was better to leave these people where they at and let us stay where we at. We was fine. We excel more when it was just us. You understand? This integration set us back tremendously, because look at these corner stores. Look, it's not us that own these corner stores. It's another nation. And they'll use Martin Luther King's speech as a reason, like, look, man, we doing this together. Look, I'm bringing you food. Yeah, you bringing us food. You bringing us poison, actually. And on top of that, not only you bringing us poison, you taking the money that we brought back into our community and you put it in your pocket and you shipping it somewhere else. See, these are the things that people don't want to talk about. But we're going to talk about that. It has to be spoken of, because if it's not spoken of, then who's going to help us get out of this burning house? Because we are in a burning house. When I see the basketball and I'm seeing sports and you see, all of these so-called, white athletes and the black athletes holding hands saying Black Lives Matter, and then Black Lives Matter, but then in the same time, if you pay attention when they're giving their interviews, they'll be the first ones to tell you all lives matter. That was the whole purpose of the integration, to make it start off as black, then make it start off as a unity thing, and then branch it off to a homosexual thing. Homosexual lives matter. And civil rights is for everybody. Gays should have the same rights, the equal rights as a straight man, and X, Y, and Z, a lesbian, boom, 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 boom. All of these things was literally a design by the enemy. Like I said, the people that was funding everything, the marching, all that, the people that was funding it was the Rothschilds. They got pictures online when you see Martin Luther King having conversation, having dinner with the Rothschilds. You will look up and you will see that the person that wrote I Have a Dream speech was a homosexual. So their intentions was at the end of it all, their intentions wasn't for us. The intention was for them to institute whatever they wanted to institute, which is what it is, what we're seeing today. It was never for the wellness of people of color. The civil rights was about people of color. When you look at what the civil rights is standing for right now, it's not even standing for quote unquote people of color. It's not. They have changed the page. These guys now are more on the side of protecting homosexuals. No disrespect to those people. Y'all want to be fisherman, you be a fisherman. But me, I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 100. These individuals have taken what we put together. And yes, the civil rights movement was funded by the Rothschilds. Listen, man, the rabbit hole goes deep. But the whole concept of it was to liberate people of color. To give us the opportunities to have X, Y, and Z. Yes, we wanted those jobs. Yes, we wanted to live in these nice houses. That's what they were selling you. But a lot of people was comfortable in our communities. Before the integration, we had land. A lot of people that come from the South, they come from a South with acres of land. They have land. They still got the same, they living in the same houses that was created in 19 something, 1930, 1940. You understand? Still got these houses. But when we started integrating, and remember the scripture says, Esau's a cunning hunter. To be a cunning hunter, you gotta have patience. You gotta sit back and you gotta wait. You gotta wait for the opportunity to attack. And then when it presents itself, we just grab onto it. And this, I'm gonna give y'all a prime example of a cunning hunter. Look at here in New York City. They started it off with, we about to bring a basketball team. We about to bring a sports team to Brooklyn, New York. We haven't had a sports team since the Brooklyn Dodgers. And we're going to bring in a sports team. So you guys bring in the sports team. And then they had a big campaign downtown Brooklyn where they was buying all people's homes. People were selling their homes, couple of millions. Some of them couldn't even afford to get the decent amount of money for their property because it was for foreclosure. It was a psyops, right? So now they buy it. Now they buy it. They put on these high rises. They put up these new buildings, apartments, and then when you look to see how much is it to rent now, these apartments run you anywhere. A studio will be $3,000. It'll run you anywhere from $3,000, $5,000, maybe $7,000 monthly. Tell me one person of color that could afford that outside of being a celebrity. Then you take that. So now they got the ball rolling of just running around buying stuff. Me, I have my own house, so I had individuals call my phone directly and say, "Hey, we would like to buy your place." I said, "No, not selling it." And if I'm selling it for triple what my house is worth, because I know you guys is good for it, and I know the apartments that you guys are putting in place, y'all gonna generate a large sum of money. But I don't want to, that's a whole different topic. But these individuals buy the land, put up on these buildings. So now where I live, like I said, there's a lot of high rises being put up. And when you look up online, a studio, $2,500. I'm talking about a studio. If anybody know what a studio is, for $2,500. Apartments, a 3-bedroom, the minimum you paying is 3 bedrooms. It's like each room $1,000. And yes, they got the the homes, the connection homes where you get public assistance from the government. But that comes with a requirement, and we don't know what them requirements might be. Hey, listen, if you want to continue getting assistance, you might have to take the vaccines. Listen, you got to put 2 and 2 together. You got to put the pieces together, man. Think about that. So this whole integration thing is just is literally backfiring. And as soon as Martin realized that, and he said that, it was time to take him out. Because he was just too powerful. You know what I'm saying? He was too powerful. When you're powerful like that, and when you have power, and when you realize you made a mistake and it's time for you to correct it, now we got to take you out. Because now you trying to correct is going against their agenda. There's always a hidden agenda, and I just don't understand how my people don't see that. Are we blinded by the money? Are we blinded because we have a whole bunch of Caucasian friends? I have Caucasian friends, but I still stand on my foundation. I still won't forget. I still know that my people is being harassed by police. I'm being harassed by police. My family's being locked up. My family is being bamboozled in work. They're not getting the jobs. we going to school, qualification and all that, still being rejected. I know that my people is experiencing these things. So for me, I can't forget that. And it doesn't matter how much friends, Caucasian friends that I have, I must stand on what I am. And I'm a person of color. I'm the children of Israel. I'm suffering these curses. My people is suffering. And not only are we suffering, these other nations is taking full advantage of us. And they know that. They know that. Prime example, look at the Chinese stores, man. You think the Chinese stores is eating the food that they selling you? These Chinese people is eating white rice and dumplings. But yet they giving you pork. That's not even, you know what I'm saying? They're giving you pork. They're giving you pork chops. They're giving you all of these defile that's killing you. These corner stores that's run by these quote unquote Arabs, these Muslims. What you think they serving you? They don't even eat bacon, but they'll cook it for you. They selling you tobacco, frontal, backwoods, cigarettes, beer, all of these things that's detrimental to your body, to your temple. They sell it to you. They sell it to you with ease. With ease. Come on, people. This integration is literally killing us. It's killing us. They knew once they integrated, they were going to be able to corrupt and switch our minds. Give us a whole different perspective. Give us a different viewpoint on certain things. Whether it's religion, whether it's education, whether it's fitness, whether it's whatever. They even trying to give us a different perspective on our music. Now they tell us, listen, you can't put this type of music. You got to play this type of music. Who are you? You don't relate to us. But that's for another segment. But this integration is destroying our people. Have we forgotten Black Wall Street? Have we forgotten what the Black Panthers did when they protected the community? You think at those times you think there would have been all of this police shootings and killing? It was never. It was never. Yes, granted, a lot of us was getting, lynched, murdered. A lot of things was taking place. But those were the individuals that was caught slipping in their town. You understand? That want to go whatever you was doing in their town. They wasn't coming around us when we was all together. And a lot of us, they was catching us slipping. They catch you slipping late at night. You understand? You know you're supposed to be 5, 10 deep. You know what I'm saying? They know that. They know what they was doing. And now this whole integration, these same Klansmen are now smiling in your face, are now your doctors, your police officers, your firefighters, your mayors, your governors, your Congress your Congress representative, everything. They all of this. And then some. But we don't even see these things, and it's crazy. It bothers me. It bothers me that all of this is transpiring, yet our people don't see that. Our people don't notice that we was our best when we were segregated. Look at Black Wall Street. Do your research and study your history on how great we were with the Black Wall Street. How the things that we put together. We was breaking bread with other countries before America was even doing that. Yes, that's how great we was. We was breaking bread. People not telling you these things. Shipment was coming from Africa here to the U.S. We was getting the finer things. We was doing this. But the minute we started integrating, they started plotting. They started configuring. Look at our schools. Our schools, we're in predominantly schools of color. The majority of the teachers is quote unquote white folks. It's Caucasians. It's Caucasians teaching children of color. And in the school systems now, the programs that are in place, and if it's a teacher of color that's teaching the children, they must teach them this Caucasian ideology. You must teach them these type of curriculums. You can't go out the box. It's social engineering. This is what they're teaching us. But people don't understand what comes with social engineering. Social engineering is to belittle who you are and have more acceptance for everybody else. That's what social engineering is. So now here we are in 2021 with all of this going down. Brothers and sisters are still, celebrating Martin Luther King's birthday. Listen, they did what they had to do with Martin, and their way of saying thank you is giving him his own day. Why Malcolm X didn't get his own day? Why Marcus Garvey didn't get his own day? Because Martin was able to do what they needed him to do, and in return, they gave him his own day. And it was just recently now, it's like a national holiday where the banks is closed and school is closed and, things that, Wall Street closed. Everything is closed on that day. 10 years ago, they could care less. I remember when I was in school, Martin Luther King's Day was a half a day. Facts. I'm telling my age, but yeah, I remember it was just a half a day. You'll go there and you'll get out of school. Say school ended at 3:00. We'll get out of school at, that was the wife calling. We'll get out of school at, I say 11:00, 11:30. We'll be out of school. And to come see where it's at now, where they're giving you the whole day off now, you understand. It's just crazy, man. But like I said, man, a lot of brothers and sisters need to understand this whole integration is a downfall to us. That dream speech has turned into a nightmare. And we're witnessing and we the generation that's living this nightmare. But we're blinded by the deception and by the reprogramming, the social engineering. This is all psyop, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you. You look deep into the rabbit hole, you're going to see how far this joint goes. It was never about equality. It was about control. It's about control. It's about infiltrating. That was all it was about. Let's infiltrate what these dudes is doing. Everything that these dudes is doing, I want PC. Legalize extortion. All of that. This is what it was. Now here we are. A bunch of people of color with no opportunity for jobs. Civil rights started with helping us getting jobs. Now all these jobs is going to other people. I could give you a prime example. Look at the traffic cops. People that do traffic cops here in New York City. Before it was a predominant Italian, Italian, white, Then they integrated black people of color, they brought them in. Now look at it now. Majority of our whole workforce is nothing but Indians. I can't make this stuff up. They allow us to get our PC. They implement new rules. A lot of us get fired. A lot of us retire. And then when it's time to hire, they switch the narratives. They give it to the people. They're not giving it back to us. And they ride it all through our communities, taking up all the jobs, putting up these big old nice buildings. And we can't even afford to live in there. Let me say, the only person that's going to be able to live there is going to be the super. You know what the super do? Super got to throw out the garbage, all that extra stuff. You understand what I'm saying to you? You see where this is going? Pay attention, man. But I just want to let y'all know, Martin Luther King's speech, "I had a dream," has become a nightmare. And whether you believe it or not, we are living in that nightmare. And it's time for us to wake up before this nightmare literally destroys us. More and worse than it already is. So, with that being said, brothers and sisters, it's your boy Jones, bringing you that heat, you know what I'm saying? We ain't playing with no games. 2021, listen, I'm coming with nothing but fire for y'all. I'm holding nothing back. I'm going to speak it. I'm going to talk that talk. I'm going to walk that walk. You know? And for those that don't know what this movement is about, this movement is about gathering the people, waking us up, doing what we must do, and getting to this kingdom. You hear me? So, with that being said, I love y'all. Like, comment, share this podcast, talk, drop your message. If you got something you want to ask, feel free to message me, comment. I'm all ears. I'm all about progress and growth. Now let's grow this nation, y'all. I'ma holla at y'all. One.